Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This video is gonna be very exciting because I am gonna show you two looks with the Hela palette, the collaboration between Angelica and Oden'S, and I'm also gonna share my first impression thoughts. So let's get right into it. So you might know that Angelica is like one of my favorite YouTubers. She might be my favorite. I'm really into her videos, really into her makeup style. She inspires me a lot, and she has also inspired me a lot with my own channel, with starting my own channel. And her Club Nabla palette was my favorite palette of 2021. I still have the PR box right here behind me because I just thought it was so beautiful. So it has become part of my channel and my background. But that palette was so good to me, so amazing. I was so excited when that came out. And so when she announced that she was doing another collab, I was like, I don't even care what it looks like. I'm gonna buy it, and that is what I did. I bought it. I didn't buy it straight away because it was a 1 in the night when this was released for me, and that wasn't a time I could still be awake at that moment. So I got this in the morning, but it was pretty easy to just grab this. But okay, I'm super excited also because the last Legendary Diversa collection series with the 3 palettes were some of my favorite palettes, are some of my favorite palettes in my collection. They are so beautiful, they have such amazing quality, and I was really hoping for another kind of like Norns style palette to come out, and this is kind of similar to that style of palette, but we have different shapes of pans. So this is the color story. You might have already seen it, you probably have already seen it. I am not the first person to do this video by far. I got this pretty late, and most of the YouTubers that I watch got it before launch, but it finally came in, so we're still gonna do a video. I'm still gonna show you 2 looks. So this palette is definitely a little bit out of my comfort zone, especially the warm greens. That's not something I'm really into usually. I do like in the bottom, these are shades that I love, but the brighter pinks, they are a little bit out of my comfort zone as well. So this is a very interesting color story for me, but I just want to try it. I want to see how I feel about it. I have a feeling that I'm gonna end up really liking it anyway. I think that this is like a perfect spring color story for someone who loves colorful makeup, for someone who loves a little bit of grunginess but still wants to keep it a bit fresh and light and interesting and just a little bit different. I think this palette looks absolutely amazing. By the way, I haven't even talked about the artwork. I'm all over the place. Usually I do that at the start. So we have the sleeve, and this is kind of like black and white, but it also has kind of like yellow and green details. It has Angelica on the front. She is Hela in this image. So she is like half a dead like skeleton and have a beautiful young woman. And then the packaging of the actual palette is very colorful, very beautiful. It is quite bright and light, and it definitely catches the eye. I think this looks really cool. I love how they did this. I love all Oden'S packaging that I have seen. So back to the inside, I'm gonna show you some swatches. I'm gonna show you some close-ups of the swatches. We have one multi-chrome over here, which is called double-sided. All of these eyeshadows have a special meaning to them, are relevant to Hela and like Norse mythology. If you want to know more about that, I'm not the person you have to ask. You have to watch Angelica's video. She explains everything. I know a little bit of this because I am someone who's pretty interested in like history and mythology, and I have watched some videos about the story of the Norse gods and Hela and things like that. But yeah, I think this is a really cool theme. I really love the packaging, the inside, how everything looks, how everything is done. And I actually have 2 looks for you. One I'm gonna do right now, but one I already filmed yesterday, and I think I'm just gonna put that one that I filmed yesterday first with a little bit of music under it. You will see what I did. It will be pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions, you can always ask me in the comments. I just wanted to say that the look that I did yesterday is like one of my favorite looks I've ever done. I told you, I'm a bit scared of warm green sometimes. I sometimes feel like it's a bit out of my comfort zone, not something that I really wear a lot, but the look that I did yesterday with the greens was absolutely one of my favorite looks. It was such a good spring look and I loved how my eyeshadow looked. It was very different for me as well, and I think one of the main reasons for that is this light yellow pastel shade. It is such a good light yellow that is kind of like cool toned, kind of like a lemony but a little bit more toned down, and it is very pigmented. I was so into that look. Just wanted to say that. So you are now gonna watch that look and then we'll be right back to do the second eye look. Alright, let's get into the second look. So for the first look, I really went into the greens, the warm greens. And then for today, I really wanted to go into this section over here. And I kind of want to put the pinks down in the crease first. Use this one to deepen up, but make Hellfire like the peach shade. I want to make that like the star of the show. And I was actually thinking about trying to do a halo eye, and that is a technique that I don't really use. I think I've done one halo eye before in my life, but I just feel like this is the moment to try it out and see how I like it. Maybe I have been missing out. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a peachy pink grungy halo eye. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go into the shade called Hela first, and I love the look of that kind of soft Barbie pink. And with this shade, I'm not gonna be crazy precise. I'm already wearing eye primer, by the way, so just gonna apply the lightest pink shade first, working from lightest to deepest. And I really hope that this is gonna work out, because yeah, I never do halo eyes. I don't know why, but I never really got into it. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of this pink through the crease as well, because I do like it when halo eyes are a little bit connected. It doesn't look super bright in the viewfinder, but it does look very nice and bright on my lid, and I'm just gonna do that on the other side as well. There's this really loud band playing outside, and I'm gonna try and not get distracted by them. I hope you can't really hear them, but I don't think so. The last time that they were playing when I filmed, I was very scared that you could hear them, but it was pretty okay. Okay, this is such a pretty pastel shade. And now I'm gonna deepen it up with the shade Goddess over here. I feel like this is such an interesting color story. It's different than anything I own, at least. And yeah, I was so surprised with my first look how good it all came out. How everything played together and how you could use everything together. I just feel very inspired by this palette already. So that is very bright. I think it's time to start deepening up a little bit, and I'm gonna use the shade Soot. I don't remember what that one meant, but I think this is a very nice shade to deepen things up. When I first saw the palette, I was like, huh, not that many deepening up shades, but when I saw Angelica's looks, I totally got it, because this one works together basically with all the looks that you could do with this palette. I'm just taking a little bit because it's very pigmented. I do feel like I should experiment a little bit more with like the shapes of my eyeshadow. Sometimes I feel like I'm missing out by doing a similar shape often. I'm just slowly blending this and building this and taking my time to make everything look good. And now I'm just gonna go over it again with the first brush that I used, kind of blend it out and make everything look seamless. Because I feel like I have to clean this up a little bit. I always feel like it looks a little bit strange when there's a lot of dark eyeshadow in the inner parts of my eyes. Don't know if this is like what it's supposed to look like or if I want to clean it up a little bit. I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now and then decide after I've put down the shimmer if I still want to clean up a little bit over here. Okay, let's move on to the shimmer. I'm gonna grab Hellfire on my finger and I'm gonna put that in the center. I don't feel like it's picking up the best right now. I don't know why. Oh, that's already better. I think I have to go back in with the eyeshadows in a second because I'm kind of like being a bit too messy. I am taking it a bit higher. Oh, I like that. I like that effect. I'm gonna try and be a little bit more careful on this side. I feel like I have to build the shimmer up a little bit to get the effect that I want. It's not like extremely opaque. Gonna take it up again. Getting out of my comfort zone for sure. But I like it. I think it's really cool. I just have to fix this a little bit. Fix the edges a little bit. Let me see what I want to do. I think for the lower lash line, I'm just gonna put this one and this one down. I'm not gonna do a halo eye on my lower lash line. I'm just gonna do what I usually do. So taking the bright pink first. That's really nice and bright. So cool. And now I'm gonna take Soot again. And really smoking it out. And I'm just gonna take my crease brush, taking a little bit of soot, and I'm just gonna connect this a little bit more in the outer corner. Just deepen it up a little bit more and making it look a little bit more seamless. I don't think that I should really clean this up. I think I should just use an inner corner highlight, and then that is gonna be it for this look. I think I'm just gonna grab the multi-chrome shade and put that in the inner corner. I also used it in the inner corner yesterday, but we don't really have another inner corner. Maybe a matte one, like a light yellow matte one, but I feel like Angelica already did that in her video and I want to do something else. I'm just gonna take a pencil brush. This multi-chrome definitely has like a bright peach shift, but it is very cool. And then to finish this up, I think I just want to take a little bit of this river shade because that looks so sparkly, and I want to put that a little bit on the lower lash line as well. Just gonna take a little bit with my pencil brush. Okay, that's really nice. That's a really cool shade. I'm just gonna put that all over my lower lash line because that looks so good. These shades work very well with the brush. Okay, so this is the finished eye look. I'm just gonna put on the rest of my makeup, clean up under my eyes a little bit, put on mascara, everything, and then I'm gonna come back and share my first impression thoughts. Or like second impression. Okay, so this is the finished look. This is the makeup all done. I really love how this came out. I kind of have to get used to the halo eye. It's a little bit different for me, but I think it looks very cool, kind of grungy, kind of mysterious. I actually really like it. So let's chat about this palette a little bit. I think this is a very interesting, very beautiful color story. When I did the look yesterday, I was like, this is such a genius palette. This yellow gives you so many options, gives you such a cool look. So I really love the look that I did yesterday. I really love the look that I did today. Of course, I am biased because I love Oden'S Eye, I love Angelica, but I think once again, this is like a match made in heaven, a perfect collaboration. And Angelica really thought about what would be good to have, this time of year, but also in the Oden'S Eye collection. What could be interesting and usable for people that love color, but also who like things that are a little bit more toned down. Although there aren't really neutrals in here, this is kind of like a neutral. You can see this and this is a neutral. It's not that much of a neutral palette, but it's also not extremely scary. I think a lot of people could work with this color story. The quality in here just is so amazing. It doesn't take a lot of effort to get a really beautiful, really cool look with this palette because the shimmers are just so beautiful, the mattes are so beautiful. It just kind of does the work for you, and because these shades are so interesting and special and very, very pretty, a look just automatically looks a lot more interested and elevated and different, and you can immediately see that you did it with a different palette. I feel like this really adds something to my collection. It's really something different for me, and that I think is really, really exciting. So I am actually very, very positive about this palette. I don't have anything bad to say. The only thing was that the peach over here was a little bit difficult to get on my eye. I had to dig in a little bit and apply to my eye, but in the end it all worked out. It wasn't a big deal to me. So yeah, I'm really happy with this palette. A huge congratulations to Angelica for once again doing a beautiful, beautiful collab. She really has an eye for color and color stories, and you can see it in here. I am so happy to have this. I would highly recommend it, at least so far. I haven't tried all the shades, but I have tried most shades and I really liked it. So it is restocking, I believe, on the 22nd of March, if I am wrong, if the date is a a little bit different, I will put it on the screen, but it is restocking, so if you're eyeing this, then I would say that is the moment to grab it. So that is gonna be everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And also let me know if you bought this palette, did you pick it up, and what did you think about it? And then I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!